Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
My name is Dayana Londoño, and today I'm going to talk about inequality in Colombia and impossible mission. I want to start with a famous phrase by Alexander Hamilton. All communities are divided into the few and the many. The rich and the other are the mass of the people. And I highlight this phrase because we often hear in political campaigns telling candidates things like, in my government, I will eradicate poverty and inequality. And the people who listen to applaud and feel with hope because they think is finally going to do something. However, in Colombia, doesn't happen. First, we need to know the definition of inequality. And well, inequality is the condition that people don't have the same things. Inequality is in all countries. More importantly, this happens in many cases of daily life. The problem is when not only one person is affected, but millions of people deteriorate their quality of life. Inequality in Colombia must decrease. There should be no gap between rich and poor. The state has certain obligations to the population. It is the only way for the country to progress and live under development. This is Colombia just now, and that's how our country should be. Inequality in Colombia is like a pyramid. At the top are people who have money. In the middle aren't rich but also not poor. And at the base are poor people. The duty is for richer people to pay more tax. However, it's the middle and lower class who pay more taxes. Rich people can access education, health, housing, but people who are poor cannot enjoy their rights. Colombia is in the ranking 5 of inequality Latin America countries according to the Gini indicator. And with inequality, there is corruption, there is poverty, and obviously there are under the development. There are capitalist theories that say should exist social classes because the poor are the ones that drive the economy. And yes, this is true. But these people are violating their rights because they are people who have no jobs, no access to health, public service, or education. This isn't the way to handle the economy. One of the examples is access to public universities in Colombia. How many students take a test to apply for a career? Around 5,000 students, and how many access? Yes, 500 or 1,000 students only pass each semester. This is okay? And what do you think happens to the other students? Well, these students some have access to SETEX credits. They make technicians to be able to work, and then students. When the education should be free for everyone, regardless of social classes. Another example of inequality is in Colombia is seen in departments rich in biodiversity, like Guajira or Chocó, where there are companies extracting metals. But something strange happens, and is that they don't have drinking water, they have high poverty rates, children suffer from malnutrition, and people is in unemployment. What happens? Companies like Cerrejón, for example, are they not sustainable? Do they not offer employment to people of the cities? What about the government? Where is it? Yes, social class always exists, and there are people who have more than others. The important thing is that the stage begins to worry about narrowing this gap that it resource. um, are really allocate to public social spending, thinking about benefit everyone. So that is less the vulnerable population that vital minimum that allows it survive. The solution for this problem can be first that in development plans of the future, later it's clear how inequality uses will be developed and how poverty will be reduced. Unemployment in Colombia will be reduced. Also, the companies develop sustainable programs that benefit people in need. Additionally, that the national government develop a tax reform where tax collection is equitable, taking into account people income. Thanks. And any questions for me?
Yes, I have a question. Um, do you know of a country where inequality doesn't exist and its economy works properly?
Okay, Camilo, thank you for your questions. Um, It isn't that there is no country with inequality, but countries like Iceland, Norway, Slovakia, and Slovenia have a very low Gini indicator, and their governments provide basic rights to all inhabitants like education, health, and public service.
Okay, thank you.
Finally, these are my references.